Hi guys, welcome back to Olympic Foil. Today I'm joined by Alex Lette. He's got an extensive shoe collection, and today we're going to be looking at the shoes, sort of reviewing. He gives his opinion on what he thinks of the shoes. So thank you very much for joining me, Alex.
Of course. Hope that this should be fun. So I guess like the first shoes, my least favorite, I guess, these Asics shoes. I'm not really sure the model. I kind of forgot, but I don't really like the feel of them. It feels kind of off balance to me. So in terms of like least favorite shoes, I'd go with these. These aren't my. I don't really like them too much.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess like. I'll go to next shoes. I think these are quite popular, at least in Australia. I've seen quite a lot of people wear the like the normal Kempas.
Yeah.
But they're good shoe in the terms of like they're comfortable and stuff. But I'll show you here. They wear really, really easily, like especially with lunging. So I often have to like put a lot of tape on these. So that's kind of like one of the reasons these aren't the best.
You like the feel of them though, right?
Yeah, I like the feel of them, but the material. Yeah. So they're probably there. I have both pairs of the normal Kempas. I got the other ones, and I think they're around the same. Like they feel the same. So if you like comfortable shoes, these are really good. Just be ready to put a lot of tape on, I guess. That's the main thing I get out of the Kempas. And then another pair. So this will come to, I think, a surprise for a lot of people, because I know a lot of people love these shoes, the Nike Balestras. These shoes for me, I don't like the feel of them. They're very narrow, is what I found. So with like wider feet, they're not the best. And oftentimes I get cramps and stuff with these shoes.
Oh, okay.
And the inside, you probably can't see, but on the inside of these shoes, there's this thing here, which kind of digs into the side of your foot, and I really dislike that. So for me, I was not a fan of the Balestras. I used them for quite a while, but I was never a massive fan. But they do have a really big upside, which is the side of their shoe here is like really good material. Like I think I used these shoes for like better part of 2 years, right, training and comps, and no hole in them. That's the main positive out of these that I found. They're really good in terms of the side.
Wow, rock solid. I have actually heard myself that you need to have kind of strangely shaped feet for those.
Yeah. Yeah. Next would probably be I think these. So next shoe I have are PBTs. I know a lot of people dislike the PBTs. Personally, I love these. It just is I have a lot of other better shoes. But like in terms of like fencing shoes to buy, like a lot of my higher up shoes above this either aren't in production anymore or like very hard to get. So if I have to recommend like a shoe to get, I'd personally say PBTs because they're like easier to get.
Okay.
And I have a weird lunge technique, which is why I get holes a lot here. But like pretty much everyone else I've talked to, like no one else gets holes in the side with the PBTs. And they're wide, right? So if you have like wider feet, they're perfect. But the only downside, I guess, is they're heavier than other fencing shoes. That's the main downside of these. But like every time someone asks me like what fencing shoes, I recommend the PBTs.
Okay, that's a great information. They're also they're not as expensive as some of the other ones as well. So
yeah,
probably great for
you can get them much cheaper. Yeah. And now
when in
next shoes, I guess, are I think Kempa has stopped making them. They're my personal favorite of the Kempas, the Kempa Attacks.
Yeah.
So these shoes, you can see the tape. I've worn these. I wore this pair for the longest. Sadly, they don't fit me anymore. But like, if you can get a pair of these, highly recommended. I loved these shoes. I wore through these very much, but beautiful shoes.
Okay.
If you can still get a pair of them, highly recommended.
So these are definitely like a tier above the other Kempas.
Yeah. It's mainly because of the material, I think. Because the other Kempas had more of like a softer kind of side part, while these are a lot like the Nike Balestras with like a plasticky feel. So it's much harder to wear through, I find. Didn't stop me, but I really enjoyed these shoes. Now the next pair. These ones. So these are my personal favorite of the Nike shoes. So you've got the original Nike Zooms.
Right.
I'm pretty sure you can find these for a lot cheaper nowadays. It depends where you order from. I've heard from some people that different websites sell them for a lot cheaper. So yeah, from what I've heard, you can get these for like 100, 170 bucks. I didn't know about that at the time, and got these for 300 bucks. Very good shoes.
In your particular location, it's I'd say a bit of a nightmare for getting shoes, right?
Yeah, I have to order them and get them delivered. But I really like these shoes.
Mm-hmm.
I use them a lot for training. They remind me a lot of like a easier to get version of the Descente shoes, because like they're a lot lower to the ground and they're very comfortable. Mm-hmm. So if you can get a pair of these, I mean these are my favorite of the Nike shoes. So between the Zooms or the Balestras, I always recommend the Zooms. So yeah, Zooms are up there with best shoes.
Yeah.
And now I need to get another pair of these sometime, but my next shoe for recommendation are the Descente shoes. Descente, I think. I think it's a Japanese brand. I could be wrong, but I know Japan is where you can find most of these. But you can find them in a lot of the Asian countries. So like Korea sell them, Japan sell them, I think China sell them. But I really if you can get a pair of these for a long time were my favorite shoes, but there's now 3 above them.
3 above.
But these was my favorite shoes for a long time. Like they're really light. I think these are the lightest shoes I've worn.
Wow, really? They don't look.
Yeah.
Well, I wouldn't have guessed that. Yeah.
Yeah, no, but surprisingly, they're really light. They have a really good grip. They don't wear too easily. Like I have maybe a tiny hole, and I've worn these for majority of comps. So these were really good. I need to get another pair sometime because mine are kind of dying. But in terms of they have really good colorways as well, which might not be as important, but but Descente really good if you can get a pair.
Mm-hmm.
And I know a lot of the I know some Korean fencers that I know favor these above other shoes.
Yeah, I think that's I'm not really familiar with them, but that's the only people I would know using them, Korean fencers.
Yeah.
And they have some of the most demanding footwork, so it's a pretty big recommendation.
And my next pair, I've worn these for only a couple matches, but they've already moved so high up. I found a pair of the Rio 2016s. These are it's perfect. I don't know how else to describe these. Even a secondhand pair like this, right?
Mm-hmm.
Still had really good grip, and they're so comfortable. Pity Adidas don't make shoes. Adidas make the best shoes. But yeah, these shoes, if you can get a pair, I don't know how you get pairs. I found this on Facebook Marketplace, right?
Wow.
But these are so good. These are a lot like the Fila shoes, which I'll show later.
Mm-hmm.
But these are beautiful shoes. Love them. I've worn them maybe 5 bouts, right? Already in my top 3 shoes.
Mm-hmm.
So highly recommended.
Wow, I can't believe you got a pair of those shoes.
Yeah. I had one of my a friend of mine told me he found a pair on Facebook Marketplace and he negotiated them for me, and I got them.
Wow.
So now my second favorite shoes, are another Adidas pair. I found the pair of D'Artagnans.
Uh-huh.
So I have another pair, but they're a bit small for me, and I'll find them quickly. Oops. I have two pairs of the Darts. These are a smaller size.
Mm-hmm.
I think these are a US 9, right? Whereas this pair here is a size US 12.5. But I don't know what to say about the Darts other than just perfection in a fencing shoe. Like, it's comfortable, feels great on my foot, very good grip, like, looks beautiful as well, like, just, I don't know, perfect. Oh, and if they're good enough for O to wear, they're good enough for me.
Yeah, of course.
But yeah, these are, for a long time, were my favorite shoes.
Yeah.
Until I got these. The Fila fencing shoes.
Okay.
These are like combination of everything, right? Like they're very similar, at least design wise and feel wise, to the Rios. They're like perfectly comfortable. They're like perfect for your feet, right? They've got good support on like heel and ankle. Like I haven't had any issues with my feet with them. Like they fit securely. They've got good material. I just preemptively tape it because I don't want to ruin them because they're so hard to get. Because yeah, I had to go to I was in Korea with a Korean coach and he got me a pair of these.
You had to be physically there to get them.
Yeah, I think you can get them off Taobao, which is like a Chinese Amazon thing, I think. I'm pretty sure they sell them, but they sell them for like $100 more because like shipping and everything. But these are amazing. I love these shoes so much. These are by far not by far, but definitely my all-time favorite shoes. So yeah, that's mainly my shoes. I've got like two pairs of the. Oh wait, no, sorry, I forgot one pair of shoes.
Okay. Of course.
I forgot about the Azzas because I don't normally wear them. So my pair of Azzas are a bit special to me. Partly because I got them signed when I was younger, right? I bought these not really to wear, but to get like at the time like a fencer's signature. So I've got it signed by two fencers, here and here. So yeah, I've never actually worn the right foot because it's been signed, but I have worn the back foot before. So I had a habit of mix matching shoes, right?
Yeah.
So I think there was a time where I wore this back foot and my Nike Balestra front foot, because the only downside I can say with these is they're much heavier, and I don't know if much of a problem in foil because I'm a Sabre, right? But the heel is not well rounded. Like to get the feelers quickly, like the Fila back foot, right? Very rounded, so it can roll a lot better. I find with these, if it's not rounded, it doesn't roll as well because of it, like design, it's not as round. So that's the main downside, and another reason I never really wore the front foot. Mm-hmm. But they have probably out of all fencing shoes the best ankle support I've ever worn. Like my back foot was so secure, like that. Like I love these shoes for this. Like I had ankle problems, wore these, no longer ankle problems. So yeah, if you have ankle problems, really recommend the Azzas. These are really good.
Incredible. And can I ask you, since you just mentioned switching shoes around, is there any, would you just go with your favorite, the Fila, for both feet as your best one, or would you switch it, mix and match a little bit for your ideal setup?
So normally with I guess every time, the Filas are just perfect. Like the back foot, The only back foot I would probably try with the Filas would be the Azzas because of the ankle support.
The ankle support.
But then again, right, the Filas already have good ankle support, but also just so comfortable. So if I did have Filas, yeah, I'd probably mix and match. But the Filas, I don't really need to. Same with the darts. I haven't had a need to change them with the darts. But like sometimes I find like my ankle or foot has problems. Then I do have to mix and match and find something that's okay with my foot. I had a problem with cramps a while back, so I couldn't wear my Nike Zooms, right? I couldn't wear my back foot Nike Zooms, so I had Descente back foot because they're very similar. So I had the Descente back foot and my Nike Zoom front foot. So it was an interesting combination, but it worked.
Uh-huh.
So
Okay.
I guess if you want to mix and match shoes, you want to find shoes that are like alike. So the Zooms and Descents are similar. I guess like PBT and Adidas could also be similar. But yeah, so yeah.
Thank you very much for coming and talking with me. I really appreciate it. That was super interesting. You got an outrageous shoe collection. I'm jealous of, especially the 2016s. You brought that. I was like, it's been a long time since I saw those. And yeah, I hope everyone watching also enjoyed, and leave your comments, your own comments, please, on the shoes, and yeah, contribute the information.